Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'll go ahead and show you guys how this thing goes on here. I have a little button on the side here. Push that, it comes off, and it hooks into a hole that's thread down there, this pin right here. And then I have my socks, so then because I'm actually going to be going in on 3rd, on Wednesday, this next Wednesday, on getting a smaller socket piece. And then because I'm wearing 2/6, so I'll show you guys. Got a bunch of socks. Let's see here. 1, 3, 1, 5. Let me see. So I have a 5. A 6 and a 3. I have those, so then depending on the thickness or how small my stuff has shrunken, so then it fits inside of this. Because right now it goes right in. The only problem is I can't put weight on it because it'll put weight down here and it's not supposed to. And then you have a liner, just like a gelatin type thing, or some kind of gel, I'm not quite sure. And then I have this guy right here, that's what locks you into the leg. And I have my little stand here, you put it onto, it holds it. I have one here, and then I have one in the bathroom for when I take a shower. I clean it and I stick it on there and I let it dry for the next day. So then I have this sock right here that goes underneath my liner, and it works really good. I'll get the link from I'll get the link where these are, and I'll put them down in the description. But these are, I think they're wicking socks or something like that, but they absorb all the sweat from inside my liner, so I'm not as sweaty when I go take it off. And then that's my stump. It's healing up pretty good. This spot right here doesn't really look like it even was cut, so it's healing up pretty good. And yeah, so it's working good so far. So now every morning get it going, all I gotta do is get this guy straightened out, put her on there, like that. And then you take this and see how there's this rubber loop right there. I go in on the bottom right here. There we go. And you grab that like that, and you just pull it over. And it gets ready. So you want the lighter side on the front of your leg, and then the dark side on the back. So you just go. You want to make sure the pin that I showed earlier, you want to make sure it's straight forward, or so it'll hit the front or the back or the sides of the socket and puts pressure on the front of your stump. And it doesn't feel that good. I've had that a couple times. Let's see here. Get that straightened out. And these are cold in the first morning. Unless you put them like by the wood or a heating place. We have pellet stove in the house. I have electric heater, which you guys are on right now. But the actual rubber piece gets really cold, so you go put it on and say, "Whoo, this thing's cold." But yeah, put it on there, and then I just go in the mornings. I do this. I just stick it in to my thing and kind of feel a little bit. It's like, once you get where you're wearing these almost every day, it's like you pretty much know, oh, this looseness means this number of socks. So right now I'm actually at 2 6s. So I've been starting to go. I started out with just the 3 in the mornings, or not even wearing 1 in the mornings, and then I went to putting 3s on in the morning, to putting 5s on in the morning, to just putting 1 6 on in the morning, and then I went all the way up to now I'm putting 2 6s on in the morning, sometimes even putting like a 3 on top of that, or a 5. Depends on the day. But yeah. And then I just keep, because I have that walker I use for getting around. There we go. Needs to be a little tight so that it doesn't put pressure on the bottom. See? Copy. But I get my walker inside the bathroom, so I have a thing where I wear this into the bathroom to go take a shower and stuff. I take it off, take my socks off, because pretty much I'm going to be putting the same amount of socks on afterwards, and I put them off to the side, and then when I'm done taking a shower, the one that's been in there drying from the day before or 2 days before, I put that liner on and hopefully remember to grab the sock that goes on the inside. Forgot that yesterday, had to have someone grab one. And then put the liner on, put the socks on, put the leg on, walk out here, because just walking out here it's not going to get sweaty, it's not going to smell anything like that. So I went ahead and I go ahead and put that all on, walk out here, take everything off, take my liner off, put on my stand here that I just showed you, and then take my my inner sock off and just stack it with my other socks. And then the next morning just throw everything back on, and I wear it just about all day almost. Nice sometimes just take a rest and take it off, like sitting on the couch or something like that. Just take it off and set it right next to you, right by the couch. I do that every now and then. But yeah, it's working good. And then let me stand up. It's always a good sound when you go step and it does a clicking sound. It's kind of been interesting because, like, I started walking with these. You know what? Let me go grab it real quick. See what I have. Close the door so the heat stays in here. It's nice and warm. Still dirt in here. Oh well. So this is the one I started out with, right here. It's just a really thick plastic, as you can see there. It's probably good, let's say probably a 1/4 inch. I think this one's more of 1/8 of an inch, but this is more like a 1/4 of an inch, probably almost half. Not sure, never measured it. But this one, what felt like, because this one's a lot lighter, the camouflage one that I have on right now. This is a lot lighter with the foot and everything compared to this one. This, including my work boot, feels the same weight as this without my boot or any shoe. So there's a good size difference between the two. Between the two sockets, and then now I'll be getting a smaller socket, so that'll be probably even lighter. It should be nice, because then it doesn't feel like that when I'm wearing a boot. I don't mind it, but it's, yeah. And then but those are probably the hardest to put on right now. I can't wear any the slip-on boots or anything like that because my ankle doesn't move. This piece right here, or I'll put my hand on the side, this piece right here does not move at all. So you can't, well, you can't move it, but it's hard. It's mainly made to move when you're walking, or when you put pressure on it and stuff. I'm going to get a different foot, actually, because I was talking to my prosthetist, and he was saying that now that I'm walking and stuff, that that now it's kind of, before it was we're just going to use this foot, but now that he sees what I'm doing. I have walked all over the farm here. I've drove trucks with, well, not semis, but regular trucks. We have a mini truck here. It's a Suzuki. It's got I think it's a 4 or 5 speed. I don't remember exactly. I need to double check on there. I just know where gears are, but it's like a 4 or 5 speed with a reverse, and then I shift it. It's a little stubborn because I'm tall. It's not that, doesn't have that much space in it, kind of thing. It's kind of hard because the steering wheel's like right here, so while you're driving, so it's kind of hard to switch over to the brake or the gas and stuff, because that's what I use this for, is the brake and the gas. Other than that, it's out here we have me and my brother play a game. It's called American Truck Simulator, and we have the whole setup where, well, at least I have more, but we both have a steering wheel, a shifter, and throttle and clutch and brake. So we have that whole setup. Mine actually has a shifter. Actually, no, I'm just gonna go grab that shifter real quick and show you guys. Oh, probably should you put my foot on, huh? I forgot about that. Like, I'm gonna not hop that way. I'm gonna actually walk out there. Thanks. Probably shouldn't step on that. Okay. Here's the shifter thing that I have. So as your, I think this is your high and low. What was it? Yeah, I think this is, if I remember, someone on here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your high and low, as far as I know, right here. And then you have your splitter on the side here. You can see that way. Yeah. So that's your splitter on the side. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I just know what it does. So I have it set up just like a real truck, where you have your first, like your first, second, third, fourth, and then you swap that up and you go 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th on it. And then you have, like in 13 speed, you go through your first, second, third, fourth. At least the way it's set up on here. I don't think I really drove a 13 speed. Actually no, I don't think I really drove an 18 speed. That'd be fun. I had it set up where it has on there set up where, like, on 18 speed, through first, second, third, fourth, or through all the gears all the way from 1st to 8th, you also have this splitter right here. And then on the 13 speeds, it's on there, it's set up where when you swap up to the upper 8 speeds, I think it was, then you have your splitting gears. 10 speed, it's just, you go through 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then you swap that up and go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's pretty much it on that one. And then you have reverse and all that stuff. And then all this does, it goes, we have a shifter thing. It's the G29, I think it was. And it just hooks up to your computer or also your PlayStation. And then this just goes on top of the shifter. You take the knob off and you put this guy right on top there, and then you have your shifter or semis. And all it is it hooks up through USB, hooks up straight to the computer, and it works. Sometimes they say that it's missing a thing. Say it's a blueberry shifter, is what it's categorized as. All you got to do is unplug it, plug it back in, and it goes and works again. But I'm thinking about getting, there's a guy that I've seen, he builds these. This one I got off of Amazon, and you probably get a good idea about where it's made from. He has them a little bit better made. This one works fine. It works awesome for what I do. This one has that click to it. This one doesn't. The the high and low has a click to it, the splitter does not, and stuff. And it doesn't have any way to fasten it onto there, so if I pull up on it, it goes. Haven't done that yet, but I know it would. And plus I can get a little bit of a thing, so instead of having it way down here, extension, I can put it like up here somewhere and stuff, so it'd be almost like a normal truck, or if not, it would just look cool. It'll probably be easier for me to shift and stuff. And my brother actually showed me a new setting on that game where, like in real life, I drove some dump trucks and stuff, and I've learned where you can shift upwards without the clutch. You just have to watch your RPMs, you know, and find the spot that likes to go in. He found there's a easy setting, there's a middle setting, which, so then if you grind gears it makes the sound, and I think it does mess up your transmission a little bit. And then there's advanced, which is you can either use your clutch, it actually you have to hold down the clutch, put in gear, hold it down for a couple seconds, and for the engine RPMs to come down and stuff. I don't know exactly why, and then it goes into gear. And then I'm guessing that's just you're holding it and then it drops in kind of thing. When it gets to the RPM it wants to let it drop in at. And then or you just go, well, you're going down the road, you hold the throttle, and then when you want to shift, you release throttle, disengage like if you're going first, second, you're in first, disengage your throttle, pull your thing down to third, wait for a second, it'll click in, it'll just show on the screen that it went into third gear. And then you put your throttle back on again. So it's interesting on it. It's a lot of fun. It's a little easier to do. But yeah, that's some I've been learning a little bit. So it's honestly, I don't know, but there's some folks that come to me like, man, it's gotta be interesting, a little hard to be driving with it. And it's like, it's interesting, yes. It's not necessarily hard to, though. It's like, all it is instead of having this movement, you're using your knee. And that's pretty much it. And you can actually use your ankle as a gauge on how much throttle you do, because you can put it on the ground and you can adjust it. And then your foot, I've learned, actually stays on the throttle at that point. So once you push your throttle down to that point, your heel will hit the floor of the vehicle you're driving, and it'll hold it at that RPM. So it's almost like cruise control, and that works pretty good. And then, oh well, except for we call it the little white truck, the mini truck, whatever you want to call it, Suzuki. I actually use my left leg for the clutch like I always would, and then I use my right prosthetic leg foot thingy for the throttle and brake. So it's just like normal driving. It's just the only thing is you don't have the feeling down in your left foot, or sorry, right foot. You don't have the feeling and you don't have the ankle movement. That's pretty much the only difference. You have a little bit of feeling up in the stump part because it's the pressure, and you can feel it a little bit up there. You can feel the pressure being pushed on. The pressure, you need it going inwards like that, not upwards. So the end of it should have no pressure at all. The sides and stuff in the front are what pushes in on it, kind of thing. But yeah, it works good. And then, but yeah, it's been pretty interesting. But I'm walking around, I'm going on roofs and all that stuff to work on things. Yeah, I'm going in. What day was it? I have to double check on it. I don't remember which day exactly. I'm going in actually soon. I think it's on the 8th if I'm remembering. I don't remember exactly. But, and then I'm going to be going in for physical therapy finally. And it's for going on, hopefully getting back to work. But I'll be going in for physical therapy and getting to show them like, hey, I can do this, and, you know, they're probably going to ask me how I can walk and stuff like that. The lady that I talked to, she asked me how much I walk and all that, and if I fall down or anything like that. Like, nah, I haven't fell down yet. I walk just about all over the yard, and I climb ladders and go on roofs. Oh, okay. I'm doing pretty good then. So, and drive trucks and everything. I've been doing just about everything. So, but yeah, going pretty good though. Oh, and then I have these guys. Forgot to show you these. I have the shrinkers. So these, I have everything on. I'll do some other thing. When I have everything off in the evenings, or when I'm in here, I just take my, take the leg, the socks, my liner, and my inner, the other sock, I guess I could call it the sweat absorber sock inside of there. Take everything off, and I put these, so you have to take these. It's just like doing the liner and stuff, so you just grab it on the end. But then you want those round thingies on the inside like that. For some reason it irritates my skin with those, pushing on it all night. In the morning time when I go take it off, it stings a little bit. So what I do is when I have it on, I do that. I just fold it on the outside and it stays on, does what it needs to do. This is pretty much above my knee right up here, and I just leave it there, and then it doesn't have that irritating feeling afterwards. I think it's something to do with these little round thingies pushing on my skin. For some reason it just doesn't feel the best in the mornings, but anyhow, it works good. That's about it for today. I think that about wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now I'm out here and there's not a lot of folks going in and out of the house, out of where I'm at. I hopefully get some more videos out there to let you guys know how it all is going and anything else that comes up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this video and want to continue on following me on this footless journey, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll hopefully see you guys on the next videos.